Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dining Room Table with them Clays. We want to thank you guys so much for joining us. We were inspired by Jada Pinkett Smith at the Red Table Talk. We love her show, and we were just really inspired. Just talk about different topics, and just kind of just be real and open and honest with you guys about just different things, how we're feeling about different topics. We have a special guest, Kyler, here. He's here with us. So if you hear a little noise, that's who that is. So we're definitely we're really excited. Today's topic, we're talking about being preachers' kids. For those of you who do not know, our father, Kenneth Clay, he's the pastor of New Creation Christian Church. And, just kind of talk about how it is growing up in church and growing up being the pastor's kid and different things like that. So I guess I can start off. When Dad first announced he was going to be a preacher, for me, I was going through my whole teenage thing. So I was really not excited about that announcement because my dad started off as a deacon. And then I was like, okay, that's cool, whatever. But then he was like, I've been called to be a preacher. I was like, that means going to be at church all day. I'm going to go to everything.
Right.
Because I had friends who were preachers' kids. I mean, the pastor of our former church, he was like one of my good friends. So I kind of saw different things that he had to deal with. So it was like, having to go through all that. So, who's that other door?
That's about it.
Oh, okay. So I was trying to, it was one of those things where I just had to work through. As I got older, it's still dealing with that pressure of being a preacher's kid and different things like that. Mackenzie, how did you feel about it? Because I know, like I said, you kind of...
Yeah, I didn't really care for it. Like you said, we were going through. You were a teenager. I was like in middle school, so I was like preteens, going into teenagerism. Is that a word? Well, I just made it up. But yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. Like it's like I didn't want to be parts of it. It's like I can't do normal things like the rest of the kids were doing or cuss, and not saying like that's a goal. I want to cuss, or I want to have sex every day and all this other stuff. But it's just it's just like you can't really be a kid because it's pressure and it's like unwanted pressure, and
right.
I just didn't enjoy it,
right.
And I was just like, yeah, this is not for me, but I didn't really have a choice.
No, we didn't really have a choice. I mean, babies, y'all grew up in it. Y'all didn't really know daddy beyond preaching.
Yeah.
So
that's all dad would.
Yeah, I'm used to.
Yeah, right. I mean, growing up, especially I'm gonna let you say it. I'm gonna let you go first. So I could piggyback on you.
I would have to say it was. I mean, I know for me, I adjusted, but I didn't necessarily like it when I was younger because we would always be like magnified and under this microscope of you can't do this. Ooh, if I did something, I'm gonna tell your daddy. I'm gonna tell your daddy. And it's like, okay,
right.
I'm just let me be a kid, just like you are a kid. Like let me grow up like you're growing up. Like
right.
don't put me on this pedestal like I'm supposed to be Jesus because I'm definitely not Jesus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and I'm learning. I'm growing just like you guys are. And don't put my dad on this pedestal either because he's a human too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He ain't Jesus either. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's how I felt about it growing up. It was kind of tough. People expected you like to always know the Bible inside and out and stuff like that. It's like you know your scripture?
Exactly.
No, I don't.
And then people also add like there's like this special level that Christians and preachers' kids have,
right.
Like with the Lord. Like it's like another Mario. Like you know how Mario used to have those secret levels,
right?
Mm-hmm. Like no,
right.
It's no secret level. We're on the same level,
right?
Trying to learn just like you. Some people just got different callings, and our calling was being a preacher's kid. So
right.
Yeah, I mean. Like I've always said, we didn't ask for this. It was kind of brought upon us, and we're just kids at the end of the day. Like we just have that preacher's kids title because of it. It's like that's just my dad's job. You're a construction worker kid. You supposed to know how to build everything. No, that's just who you are. I mean, at the end of the day, that's just you. Like when it's like, and then like Carlton said, they want you to do it also, that they want you to be a preacher.
Right, that pressure, that too.
And it's like, But that's what comes with everybody. So why am I so different when if your mom was a doctor, they'd be
Right.
like, oh, you gonna be a doctor?
Right.
So why are you not on a higher pedestal?
Right.
You can do whatever you want to.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just you didn't ask for me to whatever your parent does. I didn't ask for this.
Right.
We were born into it, and our dad just chose it, and so
Yeah.
we gotta go with it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the hard thing too is, and then when you move into the realm of even being because you got the preacher's kid, like that's just somebody who's just a preacher, but you got the pastor. That's totally different. Like we had just somebody that actually the pastor of the church. That's a totally different situation because you have to deal with the burdens that the pastor has to deal with. He brings that home sometimes. He doesn't mean to, but it just happens. You know, I mean, especially when the wife is involved or husband if you're the wife, if you're the pastor and you're a woman, but you bring that home to your spouse, you bring that home to your kids. Like you, even if you're having conversations behind closed doors, we still hear that stuff.
Right.
Like we know majority of everything that's happened because they have conversations.
Right.
So it is difficult, especially when you have members who have said different things about your father, especially I know speaking for me, I can only say like, I try not to hold grudges, but I do. Because it's like, I know how you really feel.
Right.
And then it's like, oh, we still gotta love them on Sunday and hug them in fellowship time. And no, I'm not that dude. I'm just gonna just not.
I don't think any of us are.
No.
I mean, I told Dad, especially when I used to kid and say I was the associate pastor or whatever. I would tell him, I mean, sometimes you just gotta let people go. Like they can't come back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not how it's supposed to be. But that just shows you that I'm not meant for that.
Exactly. I say that all the time. I said, if I was the pastor, this church would have been shut down.
Yeah. I wouldn't be the pastor no more.
Right. He has a good heart. He definitely right. He's definitely been called to do this because I know me. I just be like, that's enough for me, Alex.
Yeah, right.
Peace out.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
Your attitude is not wanted at this church. You're bringing negative demon vibes, and
not demon vibes.
And you gotta peace out.
Well, let's end on a positive note. What are some positive things you guys feel like has happened, like as being a preacher? I know for me, I have a deeper appreciation for our relationship with God.
Yeah,
like I said, I want to, even though if my dad wasn't a pastor, I feel like I probably would still have that. But just knowing the biblical background that we come from, I have a deeper appreciation of wanting to grow and wanting to be a better Christian, I think.
But see, I think I'm the opposite of that as far as you saying that even if Daddy wasn't a pastor, I feel like I probably wouldn't be as, not say grounded, but I probably wouldn't be as involved with church if Daddy wasn't a pastor. Like I always say, like, if my daddy wasn't a preacher, I probably wouldn't go to any other church. And that's just being honest. Because it's like, first of all, we don't be in church all day. Not bashing nobody that be in church all day, but I'm not the type to be in church all day. I'm not doing that. Like, I got things to do. Even if I don't got things to do, I want to take this nap. And not saying I don't have time for God, but I just feel like you don't have to be in church all day. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like what Carson said, my relationship with God, it's like I want to have that relationship with God, and I'm grateful that I have that. I mean, we were in church before Daddy became a pastor and before he even started going to church. So it's like that's grounded in us from jump anyway. So even if we kind of like stray away, I feel like we'll always have that connect to God, and we'll always end up coming back full circle to Him, no matter what we're going through. So
that's how He operates anyway.
Yeah.
But I feel like we have this example just set in front of us. It's like, how could you not follow it? Because you see the results of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we witnessed everything mom and dad has gone through over the years, and how their relationship is with God. I know for me, I speak for myself, it's so inspiring, and I really look forward to spending time with God every day and getting to know Him more, and just experiencing Him in the way that He wants me to experience Him and grow closer to Him. So I feel like that's honestly for me, it's the plus side. Like I learned all this stuff, and that is an advantage of being a pastor's kid. Is like you do get to know a little bit more than people that are not so close with people that are in church. Like if it's not in the family, it's not that. Like we just learn more because we grew up with it. Right. We know more because we see it in front of us. It's not necessarily what our parents are telling us, but it's more so we're watching them. And so we see them, and then we want to follow that example. We want to follow that lead. So,
Cameron?
I feel like this just helped me with my life as of right now, what I'm going through. Changing, becoming, not being a teen anymore and being an adult. Because my life moved kind of fast in the past year. So I feel like being grounded in that and knowing that God has your back, and you know, being brought up where your parents were always saying, "Hey, don't worry about it. Like, we gonna be fine because we got God," is helping me out with my family, because I have to tell that to my wife plenty of times, and to myself even, that, hey, look, just relax, because God got me, you know. And especially when I found out that she was pregnant, it was like a awakening.
Yeah.
And it was like, man, I gotta grow up. So this whole me being a preacher's kid and watching my dad and my mom and all that has helped me out a lot.
Yeah. So we want to end by thanking our parents for being. Hey, Kyler, we're talking.
No.
Well, for real, we want to thank our parents for being a shining example for us, and we want to thank you all for listening and spending some time with us here at the Dining Room Table. And we'll see you guys next time.
Appreciate it.
Right here on Dining Room Table. So, bye guys. Bye guys. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. That's like saying,
No.
if you're a parent,
Disaster area.
Kyler is. Oh gosh.
Lord.
Kai. Get it
Next
together.
time.
Yeah, next time we're not gonna. Next time you won't be on the show. 'Cause you're messing up our first episode. I just feel like
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
sorry about that, guys. Sorry, nephew's acting kind of crazy.
Shit about your children.
Can you see me over there? I'm sorry.
I can see you a little bit.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we should start over.
let's start.